let's raise the question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've just seen the two lineups: the NFL lineup, the NBA lineup. Which do you prefer? Welcome to the Clear in the Air podcast with D and Q.
I'm D.
I'm Q. All right, man. So we got a sports question here, a holiday sports question. The question is, fans out there of the NBA, fans out there of the NFL, or both, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the NFL on Thanksgiving or the NBA on Christmas Day? So
Let's do it.
I'm going to start off with you. Tell us where this inspiration came from for us to do this topic.
Yeah, man, I actually saw it. Someone had broached the question, hosted the question, whatever. And I thought it was a good question to ask. I had never thought about it. And then some of the people responses to it were just kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And so I immediately text you. I was like, bro, I think we got our next sports topic. And I thought it was dope because it's in between both of the holiday seasons. And it's a valid question to ask. And it's gonna cause a lot of conversation, some varying opinions. And let's do it.
All right. So did you watch any NFL on Thanksgiving?
I did, sparingly, but I did.
Okay.
You say NFL, correct?
NFL.
Yeah.
Did you watch any NFL on Thanksgiving?
I did a little. Yeah.
So even though we're kind of asking it like NFL is tied to Thanksgiving and NBA tied to Christmas, I'll ask this question as well. Did you watch any NBA on Thanksgiving?
No. So the NBA, they don't play on Thanksgiving.
I was right. Saying to bring it up. Okay.
Right. But we're going to get to that because, the NFL being whack now and having games on Christmas. They started that the past couple of years. So, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, we're going to get into that.
Right. So what game did you watch? NFL game did you watch on Thanksgiving?
I watched a little bit of the first game. I want to say it was the Bills at Detroit. And Detroit always has a Thanksgiving game, so I always like to look into that. They're always the early game. I mostly watch that because I like to see the winners eat the turkey at the end, and then they be talking about turducken. That's like the new thing now. So yeah, so I watched a little bit of that. The Cowboys are always the middle game, so watched a little bit of that. And the night game was Patriots in Minnesota.
Right.
I don't think I watched any of that. I might have checked into the score or something because I do like Justin Jefferson for the Vikings. He's pretty electric. But other than that, yeah, I didn't peep none of
that. Okay. Let's dive into the whole before I go into the whole NBA. Well, no, let me go to the NBA joint. Because you kind of just gave the lineup. So let's just be clear about what the NFL looked like on Thanksgiving. So like you said, you had the Bills, who were 7-3 at the time, played the Lions, which were 4-6 at the time. Okay. By the way, who won that game?
Bills beat the Lions. It was a close game. I think it came down. I want to say Bills hit a last second field goal. Field goal. Last second field goal. Walk-off field goal.
That's hilarious. Yeah. And then the Giants played the Cowboys. Now, I actually didn't say what I did. I didn't watch any football.
Really?
No, I didn't. And part of that was location of where I was. Another part of that was just because I had so much going on to where Thanksgiving this year was just literally a meal and light fellowship, not a whole entire day thing for me. We moved. We were packing before we left for dinner. Normally we have Thanksgiving at our house, but we didn't. And left there and went to go pack, only to move Black Friday or the day after Thanksgiving. Right. So my mindset really wasn't on really chilling. It was on really trying to stay woke.
Right. And that's interesting because you're a Patriots fan and your team plays.
True.
So
True.
Yeah, you was focused on bigger things. So
true. So Giants Cowboys, who won that game? Because they both were 3.
Yeah, I think Cowboys beat them pretty good too.
Okay.
And I want to say the Vikings won.
I think the Vikings beat the Patriots.
Right.
Yeah, they beat them. Honestly, bro, I'm with both, unless it's the team that I want to see, which is leads and segues us into the next thing.
I was about to say, all right.
For me, I actually don't watch a lot of games, NFL nor NBA, unless I'm watching highlights.
Right.
For me, the time, it's really tough. I don't really get a lot of time to just chill. And clearly you saw the one time I did have off, actually Thursday, Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday. It was really just spent with occupying my time with something else. So that being said, let's take a look at the NBA this year. So the NBA has 5 games. So you got your squad playing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the Sixers and the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
I think we know who's going to win, but that's
don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
We're currently on a 4-game winning streak. Don't do that. Knicks tape.
Okay. How about that?
Blue dot.
You got the Lakers and the Mavs.
Mm-hmm. You gotta have Bron. Gotta have Bron on Christmas.
That's at 2:30. Then you got a 5 o'clock game with my Celtics and the Bucks.
Mm-hmm. Which is interesting because you got you got the Lakers on it too. Most of the time they either like prime time or the joint before that. Yeah, but
because my bad. Go ahead.
I was saying you probably gonna say something about the time zone because they're gonna be in Dallas, but you got Boston, Milwaukee. So I thought that would have been the second game, and then and Lakers and Mavericks would have been the third. But anyway.
Yeah. So that's that. That's the third game. Then you got the Grizzlies and you got the Warriors. That's at 8.
Gotta have Ja against Steph and all of them.
Right. And then you got the Suns and the Nuggets.
Late night joint. Got the MVP.
10:30. Yeah. So let's raise the question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We've just seen the 2 lineups, the NFL lineup, the NBA lineup. Which do you prefer?
All right. So, well, first of all, taking all bias out of it, because we love basketball, play basketball. I love football. I got my joint right here. You know what I'm saying? Football 100 years. Love football. Diehard Niners fan. But with that being said, with me, it's not even close. I'm taking NBA all day. So it's not. Like, what are we talking about?
All right. Before we give the reasons.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
So you had the NFL. I got the NBA. So
no, my choice is the NBA though. I was just
no.
Oh yeah.
You had the
Right.
So all that being said and done, you said you rock with the NBA.
Right.
I'm gonna say I rock with the NBA as well.
Okay.
And for me, it's nothing to do with because I play basketball because a lot of people don't know this. Growing up, I actually wanted to play wide receiver or quarterback growing up. It didn't really last long. I didn't pursue it in high school, but but anyway, for me, it's NBA now. Why do you say NBA? Why do you say it's not even close?
I mean, pretty much for the reasons you just mentioned, but it's pretty clear for me, bro. You got 3 NFL games compared to 5 NBA games.
Mm-hmm.
2 of those NFL games are always Detroit and Dallas, two teams that are normally, and I know Cowboy fans are sensitive, but they're normally not that good. So, Detroit normally does not win on Thanksgiving. I think before this year, I think the
Yeah, go back to the
Cowboys.
Megatron days.
Yeah. And I think the Cowboys before this year, they were like 1-9 in the past 10 Thanksgiving games. So, right. And I just, so that's 2 of the 3 games right there where like the teams normally aren't doing well.
Right.
And then the NBA, it's just like from noon to, you said 10:30, that game going off at 1. It's just all day, back to back to back. It's more games. And I think the NBA does a better job of having their stars play.
There
You know what
you
I
go.
mean? You got
There
Embiid, you got Curry, you got Ja Morant, you got Bron, you got
Bron.
AD, you got Giannis, you got every game. It's a star player playing.
Exactly.
And again, I'm a Knicks fan, and we hadn't been doing well. We used to always be on Christmas. Then the past few years, we hadn't been on there. And so,
Right.
like, the NBA is like, all right, forget tradition. They ain't been doing well. We're going to put another game on. And then we've been okay the past few years. So now we back on Christmas this year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Right.
I mean, I just feel like the NBA just does a better job as far. And don't get me wrong. I know Thanksgiving is about football. I sit down and watch. I know it's a part of Thanksgiving, and it's a huge part. You know what I mean? I'm not downplaying that at all. I sit down and watch football on Thanksgiving as well. But it's not close for me, and I think it's for those 2 main reasons. It's more games, it's better games, it's better star power.
So I didn't want to interrupt you. I got 2 things. I'm going to go a bit further than what you said. So for me, I feel like the NBA just markets these games better. I feel like Adam Silver. I feel like Adam Silver. He looks at it from a brand standpoint, not tradition. Okay. And I think for him, it's easier for him to do that because for a while you had David Stern, who was the commissioner for all those years. Rest in peace, David Stern. So for him coming in, looking at it like a business, looking at it like a brand, I got a market. So like if you go to the website now, or if you just, on just chilling, ABC and the networks where it's going to come on, you're going to see advertising for it. I just really feel like the NBA does that better.
Just to piggyback off what you said, they definitely market it better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Adam Silver and the NBA, they do a good job of both. They keep the history part because they're going to have the Lakers, they're going to have the Celtics, they're going to have the Knicks, they're going to show those traditional, historical teams. But also he's going to keep it current. So like he has Memphis with Ja Morant on it. He has Dallas with Luka. He has Denver with Joker. And I remember last year people were mad because Joker won MVP, but he wasn't playing on Christmas. So they got Joker on it this year. You know what I mean? And then, like you were saying, man, it's just better marketing. Think about all the stars, all the NBA stars. They have Christmas sneakers, like those Christmas releases, right?
Right.
The NBA will have those Christmas uniforms, those Christmas jerseys, right? They have those crazy Christmas commercials. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say because you made a very good point with that, and I think that pageantry from the NBA and Christmas Day is just. It's just more. Bro. I'm looking at my Christmas joints right now. I wish I could grab them.
So real quick before I forget the second thing I had. See, you just have the standard teams, America's football team, the Cowboys. Like you just, whether they're terrible or not, which most likely they're terrible. They still play every year. They get that airtime. And again, strictly off tradition with the NBA. When I think about Christmas, I could think about, you remember the joint when they were hitting the jumpers? We wish
when it's yes.
Yeah.
Classic commercial.
Harden, you had Harden, you had Curry,
Steph,
you had
KD.
Yep. So,
I think was D Rose one of them? I think D Rose was one of them.
In his prime. So think about how long ago that was, but how it's still fresh when you think about it.
You see it. They bring it back. You see it somewhere, either on social media or somewhere.
Exactly. Which, by the way, goes to show you, repurpose your content.
Yeah, for sure.
The second part you have to remember is Thanksgiving is not even Thanksgiving anymore. You got Black Friday that creeps into it. So you got people trying to get deals. You got people who still do go out and hit the streets and hit the malls and hit the places. It's a little different because the world has changed and you can do your retail thing.
Right.
But people still want to go out and people still want to enjoy that. So you got people who's not even really home. And yeah, you could look at it on your phone, but I think it just takes away from, I think that part of Thanksgiving has taken away from the family football and fellowship idea.
Right.
So.
Right. To add to that, because like you were saying, it's so many things on Thanksgiving that's preparing you to start for Christmas. Whereas when Christmas comes, it's like, okay, we can finally sit down and relax. We've done the shopping, we've opened the presents, we cooked the food. Now we can sit, relax, and listen to music, watch movies, watch the NBA. So yeah, it's like I feel like it's more of you're home and settled on Christmas, and you can actually enjoy the games. Whereas Thanksgiving, you might have other stuff going on.
Exactly. So let's hear from the people, because you said that you saw this kind of somewhere, and some of the comments were kind of interesting. So what were some of the other people saying when this question came up?
I will say, and surprised but not shocked, a lot of the people chose the NFL. But I think I saw it a couple days after Thanksgiving, so it might have been that next day. So the NFL games were fresh in people's minds.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Christmas NBA games was still a month away. So a lot of people were saying they were saying it's not close. They preferred the NFL. But I'm not shocked because, a lot of people love the NFL, bro. They have some they are fans for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't too shocked by it. I feel like if you were to have that same poll closer to Christmas or either the day after Christmas, it would be more balanced, and maybe the NBA would probably, be the winner. And another thing about the Christmas games, a lot of people, especially like the casual fan, they don't even think NBA season starts till Christmas. You know what I mean? Like they don't even start paying attention to like Christmas time or All-Star time. You know what I mean? Because that's after the Super Bowl, college football is over, NFL is over. But a lot of people think the start of the NBA starts on Christmas.
Right.
So there's that excitement. There's that excitement right there. So
Right. So in clearing the air, so I feel like we get that.
Yep.
You said that you prefer the NBA. I've said I prefer the NBA. We actually want to hear from you guys, see what you think. What did you do for Thanksgiving? Did you watch any of the games? Did you like the lineups? Are there any teams that you may want to see next year? Can't guarantee you'll see them, but are there any that you would like to see? Christmas is right on our coattails.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the lineup? Will you be tuned in to all of the games, some of the games, half of the games? How many of the games?
What game were you most excited about?
Yes. And obviously we know that's going to be based off star power.
Right.
But we're curious to know what you guys think. At the end of the day, this is our hope. We hope that regardless of whatever sport you chose, that, we said family, food, fellowship, or, I guess for Thanksgiving, some people would change the F and say family, food, and football. But for those who say family, food, and fellowship, because that goes outside of family, the fellowship part, that's what we encourage. We encourage intimate moments with family. We encourage intimate moments with your loved ones. Again, we've gone through a lot these past few years where we weren't able to be around family. So we've had to be creative. And we're just curious, what are you guys going to actually do? What did you do for Thanksgiving? What are you going to do for Christmas? We're nowhere in between it. But like I always say, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Guess what? You want to know why? Because not only are we talking about gift giving, maybe, but we're also talking about spending time with family. We're talking about holidays. Again, if you're not a person who celebrates the holidays, you celebrate family, I'm sure. You gather around and you eat and you break bread with family. So let's just focus on that. So again, we're curious. What do you do? We also are curious. Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? Have you checked us out on Spotify
Yeah.
or Apple Podcasts? Okay. You already know where you can find us on all social media platforms. If you don't, pay attention to the video, the short video
Yeah.
right after.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We out of here. Happy holidays. Wish you all the best. Peace.
Merry Christmas. Peace.